Hello, welcome back. We are now looking at some expressions. There's not much in terms of a grammar explanation here, but within the book we have several grammar sections regarding these expressions. These are some of the more typically occurring expressions in English. So, as I say, not much explanation needed. Let's go straight to the exercise coming up.
Okay, now we have some answers. Expressions number 1. We have 10 expressions down the bottom there. I'm going to give you some examples. The first one, about to. I'm about to click my fingers. So the clicking of the fingers came just after I say about to. I'm about to lie down. Here we are, I'm lying down. So it's the moment before something happens. The next two, so according to is in the opinion of a third person. According to my boss, I am a very friendly and hard-working person. Or maybe not. Account for. Can you account for something? All right. Normally we use this in a question. Account for is logically explain something potentially negative. So we use it very much in the negative sense. Can you account for why you are late? No, sorry, I cannot account for why I am late today. Next, after all. This is introducing a conclusion to something. So you passed your exam. Congratulations. After all, you worked really hard. That's the reason for passing the exam. All of a sudden, this basically means suddenly, but we use all of a sudden just as much as we will use suddenly. And it's like a short interruption of something. So I was walking to the park and all of a sudden I saw my friend. Hello, Peter. It's something which is unexpected and it interrupts that longer action. As a matter of fact, normally we will use this to introduce our opinion or to introduce a fact, and normally it's in contradiction to what a person has told us. So the spelling of my name is Stephan. It's not. As a matter of fact, it is Stefan. As far as. We use this to introduce an idea. As far as my sofa, I don't like the color. As far as the plants behind me, I think they're really quite beautiful. Next, as for. It's very similar to the previous expression, but when we want to give a later opinion of something, we can say as for. So let's look at my sofa and my plants again. As far as my sofa, I don't like the color. As for my plants, I think they're quite beautiful. Next, as if. Now, this is a bit of a strange one, because if we use the verb to be, we will normally use were, because it's a very hypothetical expression. So, I work as if I were a slave. Too much work. It's very hypothetical. I've used the word slave because, well, quite obviously I'm not a slave, but we want to express that hypothetical nature of something. You work as if you were a slave. He works as if he were a slave. They work as if they were a slave. So we're going to use the verb were with all of these. Okay? And the last one here is as long as, which basically means only under the condition that. So your English will your English will progress as long as you continue to study. And I will continue making these videos as long as you watch them and subscribe and like and so on. Okay, and that's the end, and we'll see you in the next class. Thank you.